In a quiet village, nestled among blooming flower gardens, there stood a modest house, its windows dappled with sunlight and its air fragrant with jasmine. Here lived a cat named Meaw, a handsome feline with smooth, slate-grey fur striped with black. His golden eyes glimmered with unwavering loyalty. That was the cottage of Caillou, a young woman of 16 whose laughter was as bright as the morning sun. She would share warm milk and sweet biscuits with Meaw, sitting beside him in the sun-dappled garden, chatting to him as if he understood every word, for there was one home that he visited more than any other, a place where he always felt welcome. On a golden afternoon, Caillou sat cross-legged among the marigolds, absently twisting a daisy chain. The garden buzzed gently with bees. Suddenly, a faint, distressed chirp caught her attention. She looked up and saw a tiny bird lying beneath a tree, a fledgling, its feathers mussed, trembling on the ground. Concern flickered across Caillou's face. She leaned close, murmuring soft words of comfort. Its wing trailed awkwardly in the grass, her hands careful as she tried to cradle the frightened bird. Before she could pick it up, a menacing rustle sounded from the underbrush. Through the leaves, a thick-bodied snake emerged, its tongue flickering as it slid forward, eyes fixed on the helpless fledgling. Across the garden, Meaw was lounging beneath a hibiscus, basking lazily in the warmth. But at the sound of Caillou's cry, a single sharp gasp, his head snapped up. He saw the snake, the limp bird, and Caillou frozen in alarm. Without hesitation, Meaw sprang into action. His body moved like quicksilver, dashing across the grass. He hissed a warning as he hurtled toward the intruder. The snake coiled, ready to strike, but May's furry form collided with it before it could get any closer to the bird. Claws flashed. Meaw swiped at the snake's head with swift precision. The creature recoiled, startled and overmatched. It slithered back into the safety of the leaves, leaving the garden silent once again. Caillou, her heart pounding, scooped up the little bird and gazed at Meaw with profound gratitude. The cat approached her, rubbing his face against her leg as if to say, "It's all right now." Together, Caillou and Meaw carried the injured fledgling inside. Caillou prepared a soft nest in a basket and gently cleaned the bird's feathers. Meaw watched with quiet attentiveness, his tail flicking in concern, offering companionship. Days passed and the garden's quiet routine resumed. But now there was a new resident, the fledgling, safe in its basket. Caillou and Meaw took turns watching over it, bringing food and gentle encouragement. As the little bird grew stronger, it chirped soft songs in the mornings, calling them companions. Each evening, Meaw would sit by Caillou's side, both watching the bird practice fluttering its unsteady wings. There was a sense of gentle pride in Meaw's golden eyes as he followed the bird's progress. At last, the day arrived when the bird felt strong enough to return to the sky. Caillou carried it out into the sunlit garden, her hands trembling just a little. Meaw sat beside her, his tail stretched elegantly along the stone path. With a hopeful flutter, the small bird launched into the air. Its wings rose and fell, awkward at first, then with growing confidence. Caillou and Meaw watched in silence as it disappeared over the treetops, a life saved, a chapter closing. From that day onward, Meaw was no longer just an occasional visitor. He claimed Caillou's cottage as his home, curling up at the foot of her bed each night and greeting her at the door each morning. In the garden, he remained a guardian, not only to Caillou, but to all the little lives that found refuge among the blossoms. His reputation spread beyond the picket fence, that of a loyal, kind-hearted cat whose courage and compassion inspired admiration throughout the village. Caillou often told her friends about the day Meaw had saved her and the fledgling, her voice warm with affection. She spoke of the lessons she had learned, of how loyalty and kindness mattered not only to those we love, but to those who cannot defend themselves. And in the drowsy evenings, as the sun dipped behind the garden and the lilies closed their petals, Caillou would lean out the window and see Meaw beneath the stars, watching over her world. The tale of Meaw's steadfast loyalty and gentle courage became a story everyone cherished, a reminder that a single act of kindness can ripple outward, changing more lives than we will ever know.